So today in Python, we'll discuss commonly used data types. Most commonly used data types in Python. Today we'll discuss commonly used data types in Python. Okay, fine, great. So commonly used data types in Python. So is int. So int means nothing but integers. Int, float, string, and boolean. Okay, my dear aspirant, these are the commonly used data types. Fine. And before that, in Python, we are having one built-in function named as type of. Okay, type of is a built-in function. Okay, type of is a built-in function. What is mean by built-in? Built-in means nothing but inbuilt or predefined. So built-in function. So it is a built-in function. What the use of this type of? It is used to check the data type of a given variable. Fine, great. This is the point to be noted. So again, I repeat, type of is a built-in function in Python. So built-in means already predefined. If we talk about mobile, okay, so in the mobile we are having the built-in features like 108 megapixels, okay, na 16 GB RAM, like that. We'll say na. So these are all the predefined. So we no need to install it, we know what to purchase it from outside. Like that, here also in Python, we are having some built-in functions. Means they are predefined. Built-in function or built-in functions already, so they are predefined. So which is used to check the data type of a given variable. This point also note it down. Coming to the things, my dear aspirant, commonly used data types in Python. These are the commonly used data types you are having in Python. So int means nothing but integers. Okay, nothing but whole numbers, my dear aspirant. Int means we can say that any number which is not having any decimal point, simply we can call it as a int or whole numbers also. Okay, either positive or negative. So examples are 1, 2, 3, minus 1, 2, 3. Okay, any number without decimal point, either positive or negative. Okay, int means nothing but integers. Next, what is mean by float means, my dear aspirant, any number with the decimal points. Any number with the decimal points. So either positive or negative, we can call it as in float. So example, my dear aspirant, 1.1, 1.2, okay, minus 1.1. Okay, these are the some examples for the float. Okay, great. Fine. What is meant by float? Any number with the decimal points, either positive or negative, we can call it as a float. Just enter Colab Python. Those who want any assistance from my side, just kindly admit yourself. See, lots of platforms are there, which is preferable to you to practice. There you can practice, no problem. Okay, rest after that here. So welcome to Colab is there, no? Just click on that. So here, after clicking on that, here we are having the file. Left side, it is displaying the file. Just click on the file. Okay, new notebook in Drive. Okay, fine. So here it is displaying the untitled. Okay, just remove the title and just write it as data types. Okay, so my dear aspirant, so everything here, what you are doing, everything, this all these files will be stored in your drive. Easily we can refer it. Fine, great. So anyone want fine, great. So what I'll do it here is I will take one variable b equals to 4.5. Next, okay, in Python we are having one built-in function that is print off. Okay, now function name followed by parenthesis. This one you can call it as the function, built-in function, which is used to display the output. And what the use of the type of which is used to check the data. So what is this data type? As I mentioned it here, it is a float. Okay, got this point, my dear aspirants? Fine. So here just it is displaying code. Now just click on the code. Okay, if sometimes if asked the email ID, just provide your email ID. So you will get login to that. And next, I will take one more variable and I will write a equals to -4. So this is the integer data type. So here we are getting the output na int. So got this point, my dear aspirant? So everyone understand the difference between int and float? Okay, fine, great. So very easy things. Next, strings. So my dear aspirants, strings means nothing but so stream of characters enclosed in quotes. We can call it as a string, or we can say that any data, whatever may be the data which is enclosed in quote, any data which is enclosed in quotes, we can call it as a string. Okay, now this is the point you need to observe it here. String means nothing but stream of characters enclosed in quotes, or we can say that any data which is enclosed in quotes, we can call it as a string. So, types of quotes in Python, basically, we're having single quotes, okay, and double quotes, and as well as the triple quotes. These are the things we are having it here. The three types of quotes we are having it in Python. Getting the point? Okay. Stream of characters enclosed in quotes, or we can say that any data, which is enclosed in quotes, we can call it as a string. Fine, great. So my dear aspirant, if the data is in the form of an alphabets, it will be considered as a string, uppercase letters, lowercase, okay, uppercase, my dear aspirant, lowercase, okay, my dear aspirant, even digits, okay, next space, and as well as the special characters. Okay, now this is the point you need to observe. String means any data which is enclosed in quotes or stream of characters enclosed in the quotes. You see it here, my dear aspirant. So if you write any data in capital letters, so nothing but character data also it will be considered as a string. Character data, either uppercase letters, lowercase. Okay, capital letters and as well as lowercase letters. Okay, that is also considered as a string. Okay, any data. Character data which will be there in the form of an uppercase and next even lowercase. Next thing, my dear aspirants, surprisingly, even digits also. If I write a equals to in quotes, 5. Okay, don't worry. I will explain the difference between types of quotes. Okay, just now we'll focus on this. The point here is that we are focusing on this point. Okay, now any data which is enclosed in the quotes. Okay, for instance, let us think that if I write a equals to 5.5, actually, if you see it here, if I write a equals to 5.5, it is considered as a float data type. Okay, na? But same data, if we are enclosed in the quotes, it will be considered as a string. Same data, if we enclosed in the quotes, will be considered as a string. Getting the point, my dear aspirants? Okay, na? And if I write a equals to -3, and if I write it here, print type of a, it will be considered as an integer. Getting the point, my dear aspirant? Okay, now whatever may be the data, if you enclosed in the quotes, it will be considered as a string. If I write a equals to either single quotes or double quotes. Okay, now if I write a equals to -3, will be considered as a string. Okay, see this point. So what will happen? What is the difference between int and string? What the use it here is? So if I write two numerical values, a value as 5 and b value as 10. Okay, if I write here a plus 5, you will get a numerical result of 15, right? Okay, we got the numerical result of 15, right? Same data, if we enclosed in the quotes, same data, if we enclosed in the quotes, so rather printing the numerical result of 15, it will print an output as it is. So you'll get an output as 5. Getting the points? So my dear aspirants, since what it will do it here is, okay, instead of getting the numerical result, it will get an output as it is. It will concat it, it will join both the strings and it will print it. Okay, now this is the point, you need to observe it here. Getting the point, strings, what will happen? So they don't, we don't get an output in strings. Instead of that, sorry, we don't get a numerical result of 15 in the strings. Instead of that, it will print the output as it is. Everyone, slowly everyone is getting the difference. Okay, fine. So great, uppercase letters, lowercase, even digits also, if you enclosed in the quotes, it will be considered as a string. And surprisingly, my dear aspirant, space also considered as a string. If I write, so here space is there now. If I write it here, print type of a, what will happen? So we'll get an output as string here. You see it here. So even space also, my dear aspirant, will be considered as string. So if I write it here, see this. If I execute it, my dear aspirant, will I get space? So what the output will get basically here? So we'll get high without space 3 Priya. See it here. So stream of characters which will be enclosed in the quotes. In between the quotes, if you give space, then only you will get a space. In between the quotes, we need to give the space. Can I? In between the quotes. Here will I get space? Here will I get space? No. Why? Because, my dear aspirant, outside the quotes you are given the space. Okay, inside the quotes, if you give the space, then only it will be const. Inside. Can I? Stream of characters which will be enclosed in the quotes. In between the quotes, if you give space, then only it will be const. So what about fifth line? Will I get space? No, my dear aspirant. Okay, in between the quotes, if you give space, then only it will be const. Okay, now this is the point you need to observe it here. So, my dear aspirant, just everyone have a close look of these points. Okay, now in between the quotes, if you give space, then only it will be get const. So here, what is there? In between the quotes, string is present. Here outside the space, sorry, outside the strings, there is space, so it will not get considered. What about fourth one? See, here in between the quotes, here we are having the space. And what about fifth one? That is also outside the quotes. Sixth one is in between the quotes, we are having the space. Okay, now this is the point I need to observe it here. Okay, now got this point, everyone? Oh, in between the session also you can ask, no need to worry. By next, even special character. This is also very simple point. They're all considered as special characters. If you enclosed in the quotes, that will be also considered as string. Okay, this is the point I need to observe it here. So everyone understanding these points, even special characters also will be considered as string. So far what you have discussed, type of, okay, now it is used to check the data type. It is used to check the data type of a given variable. Okay, and integers means nothing but any number, nothing but whole numbers, any number without decimal point, either positive or negative, can consider as a int. What about float? Any number with the decimal points, either positive or negative. Okay, now that will be considered as a float. Stream means nothing but a stream of characters enclosed in quotes. Or we can say that any data which is enclosed in quotes. Okay, now we are dealing with this point. Okay, now any data which is enclosed in the quotes. Whatever may be the data, if it is there in the uppercase characters, lowercase, even digits also. Digits, space, and next special characters also, it will be considered as a strings only. Okay, got this point? Still any query aspirant, single and double quotes, both will work. There is no difference between single and double quotes, both will work same. Okay, now, so if I go with the things, If I print in single quotes, my dear aspirant 2 plus 5. In double quotes, I'll print 2 plus 5. If you see it here, what will happen? And here, I'll write 2 plus 5. So here we'll get a numerical result. Why? Because both are integers. So here what is happen? Python, there will be no difference between single quotes and double quotes. So we'll get an output as it is. Getting the point? There is no difference between single quotes and double quotes. Then what about triple quotes? In triple quotes, we're having single triple quotes and as well as double triple quotes. Single triple quotes and as well as in Python, we're having double triple quotes. Okay, now fine. So what are the use of the triple quotes? So my dear aspirants, triple quotes are used to write multi-line strings. Okay, now triple quotes are, my dear aspirant, they are used to write the multi-line string. This is the point you need to observe it here. So if I write it here, print, I'll take one variable p equals to, these are the things. Okay, now this will be the triple quotes. Okay, now 3 quotes will write it. So for how many quotes we discussed, this will be the single quotes, double quotes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, there been here, 3 quotes. Double triple quotes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, single triple quotes. So totally 4 we are having, single and double both will work same, and these 2 also work same. Fine. So they are used to write the multi-line string, my dear aspirant. So if I write it here, so I am Bala from India. Okay, you can write it here. I am Bala from India. Listening Python. I will come down. I'm Bala from India. I came down listening Python sessions in version 90. Okay, see this. I will execute this. So what the output you got? Yes, it is accepting. So triple quotes, my dear aspirant, it is accepting the multi-line quotes, multi-line strings. And what about double quotes? If I write the same content, my dear aspirant, double quotes, it will throw an error. Syntax error, undetermined string literal. The string was not determined properly. You know, single quotes and double quotes, they won't accept multi-line string. Okay, now my dear aspirant, getting this point, single quotes and double quotes, they won't support the multi-line strings. Only triple quotes, either single triple quotes or double triple quotes, either single triple quotes or double triple quotes. Okay, now they will accept it. Okay, got this point? Okay, as per the knowledge you are having, my dear aspirant. So they'll accept single lines also. Triple quotes we can use it to mention the single quote, single line, and as well as the multi-line also. Okay, this is the point you need to observe it here. Okay, fine. Got it? Everyone understand up to here? Okay, next string concatenation. Okay, my dear Aspen, string concatenation means nothing but so joining strings. Joining strings equal quality is called as string concatenation. See it here. Teja is a string and B. Venkat also string. So concatenation means joining the strings. If I write plus, a plus will act as a concatenation. If plus is there in between two strings, it will act as a concatenation. If plus is there in between the two integers, it will be get the numerical values. It will get a numerical result. Teja Venkat. Same string, my dear aspirant. What is this? This is an integer type of string. If you try to concate both the strings, yes, it will accept it. Okay, if you try to concate both the strings, what is happening? So here 5 is there in plus is a operator. So if the plus is there in between two strings, it will it will concate both the strings. If plus is there in between both integers, it will get the numerical result of that. Getting this point? So concatenation means joining the strings. Even integer type of strings also we can connect. Even integer type of strings also we can concatenate. If I write it here, A equals to my dear aspirant. So 5.5, it is a string, float type of string. B equals to 10.5. So what's the output we'll get here? A plus B. So 5.5 and 10.5. So getting the things, my dear aspirants. Okay, got it now? Any type of strings, it is integer strings or float type of strings, we can concatenate. Okay, fine. So if I write A equals to Venkat, okay, it is a string. Okay, and this is a numerical, so this is also string, integer type of string. We'll try to concatenate both the things. Yes, it has printed. Venkat 10. This is the thing. Getting this point, my dear aspirant. Fine, great. So, but one thing here is that in Python, if both are strings, yes, we can able to concat it. Whether it is a numerical string or character strings, you can concat it. But in Python, one string, one integer, it is not possible. It will throw an error. The error name will be type error. Getting this point, in Python, one string, one integer, we cannot concat it. So suppose if you take a value equals to 10, it is an integer type of data. And if you take b value in 5. So here, my dear aspirant, first value is integer, second value is string. In Python, what will happen? One string, one integer, we cannot concat it. Okay, this is the points you need to observe it here. We write a as 5, it is obviously an integer. B equals to, if we write it as Ramya, here one string, one integer is present. What's the output? It will throw an error. So got it now, my dear aspirant? Two examples.